Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We were just having a plan for ourselves in the month of Ramadan to get the blessings more and more from what we had previously in the previous years, for example. We had the first level, which was the theoretical aspect, talking about the goals, and detoxification, which is the second level, and the second stage, the third stage, which was about the central point to get rid of our self-centeredness, and the fourth level, which was about the practical level, to start an uprising, a comprehensive uprising. We talked about the minimal levels and conditions of fasting and the maximal things in this regard. But the fifth stage and the fifth level, which we ought to think about it, and it's not only theoretical, it's also practical. It is that we not only think about the minimal conditions and maximal conditions, we also think about the dangers on this path. Are there any danger? Are there any critical points and stops in this regard or not? There are. What invalidates my fasting? Minimal fasting or maximal fasting? In minimal fasting, it's clear. Whenever you are just not caring about the minimal things, you are invalidating your fasting. When you forget about the minimal things, the minimal invalidities of fasting. When you stop them, don't care about them, you're not watchful about them, then your fasting, the minimal thing is null and void. But the maximal things are like this, that you care about sins, God forbid. It means that maximally you are staying away from the realm of fasting. Your eyes, your hands, your heart, your thoughts. This is one thing. Then what we need to know, what we need to do is to know and enumerate the different examples of sins. Try to have a checklist for yourself, one after the other. Assign the priorities. What is your main crisis? What is your main thing, negative thing that starts invalidate your fasting spiritually? We don't care about those minimal things right now because they're taken for granted. We believe that we are not invalidating in minimal things, but in maximal things, this is very important. Enumerate the sins and try to abstain from those sins physically and spiritually. The second thing, as the crisis, the critical point in reaching to the truth of fasting and Sawm, is to care about the Sawm in its superficial level, in its appearance. Sawm is just abstainment from eating and drinking. Is that all? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that there is nothing for some people in the month of Ramadan other than hunger and thirst, nothing else. But you will not reach to that truth and the spirit of fasting unless you think deeply about what are the benefits and the characteristics of and the mechanism of fasting and the system of fasting, and also abstainment from physical and spiritual sins. Inshallah, Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala give us this blessing in this blessed month. Thank you very much.